It's a hockey stream on episode 294 of the VIG Lounge, round 2 of the 2025 Stanley Cup playoffs, where the Vegas Golden Knights welcome electronic dance music, no, I'm just joking, the Edmonton Oilers to the Fortress. Will they be able to defend their home turf against the likes of Draisaitl and McDavid, or will they suffer their first loss of this playoff playthrough? There's only one way to find out. But before we do that, please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. With housekeeping out of the way, let's get into some NHL playoff action in the second round. Eichel and McDavid. Who else to start off this game as the Edmonton Oilers win the opening draw, but the puck goes back to Vegas and is knocked out of the zone, carried in by Eichel, but that's offside for the early whistle. Now we'll do this neutral zone draw once again, and Edmonton wins that one as well, courtesy of Connor McDavid. Hyman knocked down. McDavid to Hyman, scores! First goal of this second round series belongs to Edmonton, and the big boys, namely Connor McDavid, with a nice dish to Zach Hyman, who puts it far side, and the Golden Knights are in a hole early. This time, Eichel wins the draw. Trying to answer now is Eichel, and the Oilers, netminder makes his first save. And of course, I believe that's Stuart Skinner. And of course, the streak for Zach Hyman scoring against me, whether it's the Penguins or the Golden Knights, I believe was broken, but it's definitely started up once again. Ivan Barbashev trying to get that goal back. Great attempt, and Skinner forced to pounce on that, as two glorious chances to tie this game were on the sticks of Eichel and Barbashev, respectively, but it is not the case. Shea Theodore, who was terrific IRL round 1 for the Vegas power play against Minnesota, gets it now to Tomas Hertl. Looks like McDavid is still out there, as is Hyman. Have yet to see Leon Draisaitl. There's another Oilers talented forward in his own right, Nugent Hopkins. That pass didn't work. This one did, though, to Theodore. He's being chased by Arvidsson. Theodore lets one go, and I believe Skinner got a piece of that. Trying to get the shot away, but it gets picked off by Jake Wallman. Deadline acquisition for the Oilers. Arvidsson a shot. That's turned aside by Adin Hill. And I will say, Adin seemed to get better, actually, as the series went on IRL against the Wild, as Vegas were able to reel off 3 straight wins, and technically reeled off 6 straight wins in this playthrough, but that's beside the point. And same thing applies if it goes more than how many games are won by the Golden Knights in this playthrough. I will, of course, do exhibition games for the rest of it. Vegas really trying to get into the zone, but it's been difficult to do that. And now it's going to be even harder, as the Oilers have the game's first power play with 10:29 remaining here in period number 1. And Barbashev is going off for tripping. Draw one in the defensive zone by Jack Eichel. Gets it to Mark Stone. Stone gets it behind, or gets it along the wall. Nugent Hopkins carries out for Edmonton. Now to Connor Brown. Jack Eichel. Nice one-touch to Stone, but then the puck gets knocked away by Nugent Hopkins. Carried back in by Eichel, but They can't seem to get into the zone, whether it's shorthanded or even strength, as Edmonton has played very well defensively, I will say. Now Mark Stone carries in again for Vegas, looking for that tying goal. Gets a shot away, and Skinner forced to make the save. Shot by Pietrangelo gets blocked. Now Nugent Hopkins carries in for Edmonton. It's been a real rough go for the Golden Knights to get any zone time right now, whether it be shorthanded as they are now or when it was 5-on-5. It's been mostly Edmonton with some nice defensive stick work. And McDavid defers, then loses the puck. It's carried in now by Nick Hague. And we'll take that tying goal from anybody we can get it from, but it will not happen on this exchange. Hague settles it down, the rebound, kick wide. As this first period is trickling along, puck carried in now by Brandon Saad. Saad defers to Hurdle, and he couldn't let it go. He couldn't get it to go. So far, it's still 1-0 Edmonton. Shots right now even at 6. Or no, is it even? I think maybe the Oilers are leading. I have to check that again. Yes, they are. The Oilers are leading 9-6, courtesy of that power play. Make that 9-7. Brandon Saad with a great opportunity in front, turned aside. As Stuart Skinner seemed to have found his game early in this one. Brett Howden creates some space for himself. Trying to skate it into the middle, and he lost it. Evander Kane to Connor Brown. Eichel now behind the net. Left the right wing side to Keegan Colasar. Colasar gets jostled. Pegs onto the puck. He couldn't get the shot away as it was knocked away at the last moment. And that's how we'll end things. 1-0 Edmonton after 20 minutes of play. Let's take a look at the rest of the stats. Shots on goal, 9-8 favoring the Oilers. Hits, 15-12 favoring the Golden Knights. And the face-off slight edge to slight edge to Edmonton, 3-2. Only penalty belongs to Edmonton, but they were 0 for 1 on the power play. And let's see, can Vegas tie things up in the second? 20 minutes down, 40 minutes to go. Let's find out. Eichel wins the draw to start the second. Got it to Stone and lost the puck. Eichel with a shot, and Skinner forced to cover up early as the shots are now evened up at 9 apiece. Go Knights, go chant. Trying to get the Knights into it. Shot by Barbashev, turned aside. One-timer also turned aside by Skinner. McDavid in a battle for it along the wall. Matthias Ekholm battling for it as well. Carried in now by Brayden McNabb. Would he be an unlikely goal scorer? Yes. Yes, he would. But he has found the back of the net in these playoffs. Eichel now trying to get a shot away. Couldn't do it. Battle for it along the wall. Eichel emerges with it. Then loses it. And gets it back. Eichel carries it again. Shot in front for Stone! Absolutely robbed by Stuart Skinner. Oh, what a save on number 61 by the Oilers netminder. Hurdle wins that draw to Pietrangelo. He scores! Put a little petrol in your tank as the Golden Knights with a bomb from the point. No chance with traffic in front. And this game is even. 16-18 remaining. Off the goal by Pietrangelo. Nice passes, Nick Hague. He's in to first. What a save by Skinner! He has had some 10-bellers in this game for Edmonton. As if not for Stuart Skinner, I feel like the score would be 3-1 at this point. What a save! Oh my goodness. Pavel Dorofeev skates in. He'll shoot. Rebound from Pietrangelo! Again! This time, Skinner shut it down. Hague gets in defensive position to slow the shot. Draisaitl had it for Edmonton and then lost it. Now Edmonton recollects in their own zone. Collected now by the Golden Knights. Pass across to Hanifin, who tries to carry it in. Unable to do so. So Whitecloud will try. Whitecloud trying to drive his way to the net. Got a shot off while falling. And Skinner was able to stop that. Very clogged neutral zone. Victor Olofsson fires. Rebound. Turned aside again by Skinner. Carlson. Trying to get the go-ahead goal for Vegas to get their first lead of the night. But it will not happen on this shift. Nice one-touch to Carlson, who loses the puck, then regathers it behind the Oilers' net, pops out in front, lets a shot go, and he scores! What a thrill from Wild Bill! Round and round we go! Where the puck stops is the back of the net. 2-1 Golden Knights. William Karlsson was a man possessed on that shift, and it shows. Pass across and up the right wing side to Mark Stone. Loses it, gets it back as he's checked by Ekholm. Eichel fires, save it again by Skinner. 8:01 to go here in the second. Vegas now out shooting the Oilers 19-9 and have the go-ahead goal courtesy of William Karlsson. Now to Theodore, he lets it go off the pad of Skinner. Evan Bouchard, who's having himself a playoff IRL for Edmonton, being their leading goal scorer with 4. Don't know how he's doing well, he's not doing well in this series because we actually had to restart it because my original playthrough would have had me facing LA in round 2, which is what I thought as well. Thanks for busting my bracket, Edmonton. Shot in front, rebound, Stone and Eichel. And the puck battled for, then collected by Nugent Hopkins and carried out by Connor McDavid, who has an assist tonight. We'll try to limit that damage wherever possible if you're Vegas. Carried in now by Howden. He shoots, rebound! Could not get that shot away as Skinner was able to thwart that attack. 4:31 to go here in the middle frame. Draw one again by the Oilers. Ekholm to Skinner. This time Jeff Skinner. Battle for it in front, Leon Draisaitl. Puck gets knocked away. Now Nick Waugh, he's in alone. Oh, what a nice defensive play that was to get back and deny the breakaway for Nick Waugh. Jeff Skinner gets hip checked. Puck now goes behind the net for the Oilers. Trying to limit Draisaitl as well. Pavel Dorofeev. Lost it, but Saad got it, let it go, and I think that was blocked on its way to the net. Oh, it trickles in! That's the bottom line! Because Brandon Saad so! Golden Knights have a 2-goal lead! Tipped in by Saad at the front of the net. Off the shot by Pietrangelo. With Hurdle waving at it in front. And there's is that Chris Knobloch? We'll just go with it. A disappointed Chris Knobloch, who's now crossing his arms, arm folding to Folderson. 31.9 to go, and the Golden Knights have taken this game over here in the middle period. Riley Smith hits the deck. More battles for it. Well, that'll end things. And what a difference between periods 1 and 2 for the Golden Knights. Down 1 after 1, up 2 after 2. Let's take a look at the rest of the stats. Of course, the score, 3-1 favoring the Golden Knights. Shots on goal, 25-9 in favor of Vegas. Does that mean that the Oilers didn't get a shot that whole period? I think that might be the case. That's insane if that is the case. It's a great way to limit Draisaitl and McDavid for sure. I almost said Eichseitel. Getting Jack Eichel and Leon Draisaitl combined into a super player. Hits 28-23, very close, but favoring the Golden Knights. Face-off edge still slight to Edmonton, 7-6 after 2. And the only penalty belongs to the Golden Knights, but the Oilers were not successful on the man advantage, so it's kind of a moot point, other than being a stat, of course. 40 minutes down, 20 minutes remain, or 20 minutes up, I should say. Can the Golden Knights close it out and get a 1-0 series lead? Let's find out. Draw one this time by Edmonton to start the period. Nugent Hopkins. The first to McDavid. That shot's blocked. I don't know if Hill got a piece of it. It was blockered away or blocked by the Vegas defense. Puck now being carried in by Ivan Barbashev. He's hounded by Nugent Hopkins. Trying to spin off a check. Puck now across to Ekholm, who finds Hyman, who then finds the wall. Well, there we go. Connor McDavid. This time it's Hyman to McDavid, and the Oilers have cut the lead to 1. And that's a nice cross-crease pass. Hyman on his backhand to McDavid. He's not missing that. Eichel wins that draw. Up the right wing side to Stone. Stone skates in, takes a shot, and a save by Skinner. As the Golden Knights look to try to get that one back. Theodore with a drive. That's blocked on its way to the net. There's some jostling for the puck, and the Oilers come away with it. Now up the middle to Saad, who is one of the goal scorers for the Golden Knights. Two-door field turned aside, who's had some chances tonight. Now the Oilers get it in the form of Victor Arvidsson. Puck knocked away, trickles in on Hill. This time he passes to Nick Hague, who finds a bit of room to get it up the right side to Dorofeev. Now the Oilers collect in their own zone. Evander Kane across to Adam Henrique. Blocked. And now up the right wing side by Riley Smith. Smith gets around the defense. He shoots, rebound! Oh, what a save! Again by Stuart Skinner. He has had some absolute gems in this game for Edmonton, keeping it close. I think that was off of Olofsson. On this trio of lefties on this line for Vegas. Of course, the Golden Knights ramping up the hits and are targeting anybody they can. This time around, Darnell, there's shot in front and a save off of Carlson, looking for his second of the game. In this hotly contested Pacific Division matchup. Riley Smith with a shot, and Carlson there for the rebound, but he won't have one. As we've now gotten to the halfway point of the third, Vegas leads at 3-2, and the Oilers have scored on their only shot of the period thus far, off the stick of number 97 in white. But all he needs is one. Hyman now back to McDavid. Dazzling passes. This time it didn't lead to anything, except for a turnover. Nugent Hopkins, the forgotten Oilers first rounder, #1 overall pick, who's carved out a nice niche for himself, not having to be the guy. Carried in now by Ivan Barbashev. Barbashev lets it go, and Skinner able to find that one and knock it away. Shots blocked, carried in by Ivan Barbashev. Barbashev just couldn't get around the Oilers' defense this time. Puck knocked out to no man's land, collected by the Oilers, and then given away to Hurdle. Shoots, got his own rebound, denied by Skinner. Huge hit by Brandon McNabb. Now, Connor McDavid goes crashing into the boards. He seems to be none the worse for wear. Shot off of Hurdle, that's blocked. One-timer just off the pipe and out. Maybe hit the crossbar. I definitely hit nettle of something, either the post or the crossbar. I'm going to say bar out, actually. But I'd have to see a replay of that to confirm it. Up now to Nick Hay. With a bomb, and he makes the save to Stuart Skinner. Victor Olofsson shoots and scores! He can shoot, he can score! The go-ahead goal! Victor Olofsson gives the Golden Knights their second two-goal lead. It's 4-2. Way to use Darnell Nurse as a screen. 47.7 to go, and the Oilers are certainly in a hole now with very little time to tie it. Oh, if that went in, they would have had a chance. That pass deflected, and I thought that was going to be icing when it was touched up by Wallman, but it was not the case. Matthias Janmark had a cup of coffee with Vegas. Now become a reliable depth piece for Edmonton. Eichel scores! Eichel on it! As my lovely wife wants to say, 5-2 VGK. 16 seconds remaining in this game, and Vegas have a well-earned victory in Game 1. It was tight until the late stages of the third period, and we're only able to get McDavid contained to an extent. 2 points is pretty meek for him, so job well done by the Vegas defense as they take Game 1 5-2. And his teammates Vaughn, Adin Hill has done well when called upon, but I will give a shout-out once again to Stuart Skinner in this game. He made some unbelievable saves and only gave up 4 on a barrage of shots. There's a save for it right there. Thank you all for tuning in to this episode of the VIG Lounge. Let's take one last look at the stats before we wrap things up. Golden Knights outshoot Edmonton 38-12. Hits 45-33, favoring the Golden Knights. Face-off wins belong to Edmonton 11-8. And the only penalty was to the Golden Knights, but of course the Oilers were unsuccessful on that. So, again, job well done. I have been the Visually Impaired Gamer 1987, and until next time, I bid you adieu. Have yourselves a terrific Tuesday, everybody.